Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to turn $200 into $1,400 and even how to take $200 and turn it into a $117 a month cash flow with one single customer. So guys, first of all, welcome to the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel. For those of you who have been a part of the community for a while, you know that I talk about something called maintenance clients all the time because I built my auto detailing business for the past 10 years, particularly the past 5 to 6 years, on a foundation of maintenance clients where we do not treat customers as if it's a one and done situation, disposable, we never see them again after we detail their car once, but rather we see their car over and over and over again. So this is a totally new Honda CR-V, and this is the perfect time to actually capture a maintenance client when they buy a new car, because everyone who buys a new car wants to, of course, keep it in that pristine condition. They're generally emotionally attached to it. It was a fairly large purchase. So it's a perfect time to capture a customer because they want the very thing you are offering. And when you wait 3 to 4 years down the road, the car kind of has time to degrade. The paint, the interior kind of just starts to degrade over time. People get less emotionally attached to it. They want a one and done detail maybe once or twice a year rather than on the monthly, bi-monthly, or maybe even tri-monthly basis. So that being said, this particular situation that I'm in here represents something that's very common in my world. It represents a very powerful way to build a detailing business, and it represents something that I see very frequently. Now, I want to explain what I'm doing here. The initial exterior detail here, based on what I'm doing in the video and the products I'm applying to it, was a simple $200 job. Basically, this was a simple exterior detail, but it is going to include a bit of a spray ceramic protection in the end. There was a bit of an upcharge for that. So for this entire detail, to basically take this vehicle, strip it down, because yes, it was sitting outside at the lot, and so even though yes, it's just off the lot, it's just from the dealership, it's a new car, even with that being said, these new cars need to be decontaminated chemically and with a clay bar. They need to be protected just like every other vehicle does, even though yes, they're in pristine condition, so don't let that fool you. Now, that being said, this particular vehicle in the initial detail was a $200 job. In addition to that, the consecutive monthly details on a vehicle like this would be a simple $100 charge for the exterior only. I want to show you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about with an illustration so you understand how the numbers are broken down here. Now, like I said, getting the customer in the door, the initial exterior detail to strip it down, protect it from the lot, from the dealership, is a $200 simple exterior wash, decontamination, and protection charge. That is the charge to get the customer in the door. Now, proceeding from that point on a monthly plan, you're looking at just the exterior being a $100 charge on a monthly basis, which would come out simply to $1,200 a year. Now, when we add those numbers together, the initial detail charge from that year, including the $100 a month for the rest of the year, we come to $1,400 per year. And by the way, this is actually a very standard way to charge based on a maintenance plan. Yes, you have the monthly maintenance charge being $100, but once a year, many maintenance clients understand the need to actually reset the vehicle, do a much deeper clean. Let's pretend like it's the interior of a minivan. While yes, you can maintain it on a monthly basis, once a year you're going to want to do a full detail that extends past the services probably used on a maintenance plan to hit that reset button once again. Then you can maintain it from there again. But as with all things, a maintenance plan obviously needs to go deeper at least once or twice a year on certain vehicles, maybe not every one of them, to continue to maintain them at the highest level. So we could call this $1,400 a year job. Then if we amortize that $1,400 over 12 months, or we just divided it by 12 to see what our average monthly income was from this customer, taking the annual charge that we actually come out with the customer at every year, we would talk about a $117 per month client, not just that $100, because essentially we're taking that $200 charge that we have once a year and we're pulling it over 12 months, and so we have that about $16.67, but rounded up it'd be about $17. So $117 per month from this one client, $1,400 per year. That is pretty awesome. Now, the reason why I'm laying out the numbers this way is because, in my opinion, this is the most effective way to build an auto detailing business. There are two main perspectives when you lay out numbers this way that make a lot of sense. Now, this is not going into detail about why it makes so much sense about having maintenance clients, building your detailing business fundamentally on maintenance clients. This is what makes sense, I promise. I've been detailing for the last decade. I get to train detailers in my local area. I get to travel and talk to detailers all over the world. And yes, I think this is the most common commonsensical way to build a detailing business, yet it's a way that no one actually talks about building a detailing business. Now, by the way, guys, in the YouTube description box below this video, I do have a free guide to how to start your auto detailing business for under $500, where I lay out all of the specifics regarding what you need, why you need it, and why these things are the most economical ways and products and tools to buy to start, because of the nature you need to build your detailing business under, the strategies you need to use, fundamental processes you need to use. These are the chemicals, tools that are actually going to fit under that umbrella, so it's going to get you off to a really good start. So make sure you go below in the YouTube description box and grab my free guide to starting your detailing business for under $500. Totally free to you. It's just a simple guide that will help you start. Now, back to the numbers. Yes, when you multiply it out, we're talking about a $1,400 a year, so that's an annual income of $1,400 from one single client. Another way to look at this, like I said, is a client that is $117 a month income stream. So you can see how this becomes much more powerful once you start to multiply it out. Let's just put a 10 multiplier on it because it's easy to do the math, right? 10 times 117, we're looking at $1,170 just from 10 clients on a monthly basis. Now, it is also important to point out that with these 10 particular clients, these are not details that take a long time, a lot of energy, or a lot of product. These are details that can be done in an hour. I have endless amounts of clients that, just like this one, particularly on the exterior monthly details for different prices depending on the size and depending on the particular deal that I've worked out with the customer. Different vehicles like this, just the exterior, taking literally an hour or less per month to actually accomplish the job. So not only are you sort of skyrocketing and multiplying out, sort of creating an exponential way to grow per customer basis, but you've also skyrocketed your hourly rate. You know, you're talking about $100 an hour, $125 an hour is very, very simple to do. In the detailing world, a lot of times we're talking about doing Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all these sort of things, but in many ways, a very viable way to build your detailing business is simply using these numbers, using these multipliers that I'm talking about in the world in which you already live. So once again, this particular client, $200 in the door, $100 recurring revenue on a monthly basis, a $1,400 annual client, and then amortized over 12 months, you're talking about $117 a month client. This is a very powerful way to look at it, and I call it assigning dollar amounts to your customers. The reason why this is such a powerful thing is because it gives you very clear direction moving forward in your detailing business of where you need to go. Oftentimes in a detailing business, detailers are not talking about the money, they're talking about the products, they're talking about the pride in their garage, the pride they have in their vans. And while, yes, I understand it's fine to take pride in those things, the point here is to actually make money. The point here is to build a profitable business. If you do not have a business model that is profitable long-term, that can be demonstrated, testable, replicated, and done over and over again, that's a little redundant, but replicated means done over and over again, then you're not going to be able to survive long-term. In many ways, I have found that, just statistically speaking, detailers that look at customers as a more one-off basis, one and done, never see you again, generally do not exist in the detailing business long-term. They're kind of in for a little while and out because they don't have a sustainable model to follow. This is an extremely sustainable model to follow, and there are very simple ways you can do it. One of the reasons why I'm putting the spray ceramic protection on this vehicle is because, yes, while I understand a traditional ceramic is going to be far more durable and have a much longer longevity, yes, a spray ceramic, when maintained simply like I'm doing on a monthly basis with this vehicle, will stay in pristine condition, making it not only a car that's protected long-term, but also a car that's extremely easy to detail long-term. So just like we're talking about having maintenance clients and sort of assigning dollar amounts to them, in the same way we do that, you can assign certain products to maintenance clients that make your job easier over time, makes the maintenance detail next month even quicker, even easier, but also at the same time keeps the car in pristine condition. It's the perfect win-win for you and your customers. So you can see why this model, not only from a dollar amount perspective, makes so much sense, turning $200 into $1,400, turning $200 into not only an immediate revenue stream that you actually made and put the $200 in your pocket, but you use that $200 to create a $117 a month revenue stream on top of that. So it's just really important to look at things this way in the detailing business, to have certain ways that you measure numbers, to have ways that you're looking at it in a sort of mental model, financial sense. Because when I say it gives you a way to look at things in the future, what I mean is you can measure where you're at. You can actually take these numbers that you're already bringing in, put an average dollar amount on your customers, meaning how much money do I make from my average customer? If I add them all together, if I add all my monthly maintenance clients together, divide them by the number that there are, what's the average dollar amount that I'm making per month from a customer? And when you can figure that number out, you can then just simply multiply out and say, okay, how do I scale? How do I bring in another $2,500, $3,500, $5,500? How do I get to $10,000 a month? Can I do $20,000 a month? Can I put $10,000 a month with $10,000 worth of details with someone else who's maintaining only the maintenance clients, and I'm taking the new customers that takes more skill, more training, more understanding? There's so many ways to do this long term that makes just so much sense. Guys, all of that being said, I have not at all in this video talked about the tools and products that I've been using, but all of the tools and products that you've seen used in this video will be linked up in the YouTube description box below. In addition to that, like I said, the free guide to starting your auto detailing business for under $500 will be available in the YouTube description box below. I highly, highly recommend you getting that. All you got to do is join the Wilson Auto Detailing email list. No, I'm not going to spam you. You're going to get more good information just like you're getting in this video. So make sure that you do that. Guys, as always, post questions in the comments below. Please don't hesitate to reach out. And from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I will see you guys in the next video.